So you think you've been infected with malware. If you've installed what you thought was a game cheat or cracked software or just something that looks outright suspicious, and you download and run this program and either a command prompt immediately opens and closes or your computer starts acting weird and you're not quite sure why, this is the video for you. Now, in this video, we're going to cover three different types of malware, and this malware is going to cover about 95% of all the problems you're going to have on the internet. In this video, we're going to cover things where you think you're infected and you're not sure why. That's either going to be an info stealer, a Trojan, or a remote access Trojan. Now, if you've got something on your screen that says your computer's been infected and you need to pay a certain amount to get your files decrypted, that's ransomware, and we'll cover that in a separate video. Everything else, you'll want to watch this video because the information I'll give you will be just about exactly the same. So just to show that this computer is infected, I'm going to show this in System Informer. You're not going to do this in your side. However, I do just want to do this and show that the computer is thoroughly infected with malware. If we come all the way to the bottom, we have some suspicious programs running, all with different names, random letters, and numbers. This one says client description, this one says 2025 February malware analysis, and this one says Discord rat. Not very good. Now, in this case, we're assuming that either you have no antivirus and you're using Windows Defender, or you have an antivirus and it didn't detect this malware. If you've got a message that says malware has been detected and your AV has detected it and removed it from the system or quarantined it, there's really nothing that you need to do. However, in this case, we're assuming that the malware has gotten into your system and not been detected by your antivirus. So now we're going to run three different programs. The first one that you're going to want to do is we're going to open the internet browser for this of your choice. Most of you may be using Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. In this case, we're going to use Firefox, but the results will be the exact same. And in the search bar, you're going to type Sophos Power Eraser. You're going to click on this first one here that says Sophos Scan and Clean Free Virus Removal Tool. Now, if this isn't the exact same one you see, you may want to scroll down a bit, but you want to look for one that says these exact words here and click on it. So we're going to go ahead and click on that now. It's going to open for us, and depending on your system, then you're going to want to run the 64-bit or the 32-bit. If your computer is newer than like 5 years or more, then I would go ahead and download the 64-bit version. If your computer is older than 5 years, then you may want to run the 32-bit version. So in this case, we're going to run the 64-bit version of Sophos Scan and Clean. It's going to show up here. The details should be about the same regardless of the browser that you're using. If you don't see something that popped up here, you may see an arrow here, or you may have to come down to this icon that looks like a folder. So we'll close these, and you'll click on this, and you'll go to this one up here under frequent folders that says downloads. You want to double click on that, and you should see something that says Sophos Scan and Clean _ x64, or in your case, it may be x32.exe. So we're going to double click on that. And it should open for us in a second. You'll get this window that says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? You want to click yes on this. And you'll get this window that says Sophos Scan and Clean Powerful Professional Malware Cleaner. You want to click next. And you can read the terms and conditions if you want to, but in this case, we're just going to skip it. You'll click next again. And now it should start scanning your computer. Now, while it's doing this, you'll want to actually install two other programs because the first one of these may not catch everything. So we're going to come up here and we're going to click this little plus that says open a new tab. And we're going to come to the search bar again. The next one we're going to type in is MCSoft Emergency Kit. And you'll get the one that says Emergency Kit Free Portable Malware Scan and Removal. So you'll click on this. And you'll have an orange button here that says Download Now. You want to go ahead and click on that. And it'll ask you for your name and your email address. Fortunately, you don't have to type this in. All that you have to do is wait for the MCSoft Emergency Kit to finish downloading. Before we run that, we're also going to download one more. So we're going to open one more tab, and we're going to type Norton Power Eraser. Hit enter. And as you can see, Sophos did find some suspicious things over here. We're going to go ahead and minimize this for now, and we're going to come over here to where it says download and run Norton Power Eraser. So you'll click on this, and you'll want to just ignore all of this. Where it says buy now and save 45%, don't worry about that. Come down to where it says depending on your version of Windows, download one of the following. Again, if your computer is newer than 5 years, you'll want to click the 64-bit Windows version. If it's older, you'll want to click the 32-bit Windows version. In this case, this computer is a few years old. I'm going to click 64-bit Windows. And it'll install almost immediately, and it'll say npe.exe. Now, we'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and open the Sophos window. So if we open this, you can see scan results, malicious software was detected. Close all applications and click next to remove the malicious software. During removal, certain programs may terminate unexpectedly. So this is why we want to install all 3 of these before we actually do anything with this first Sophos window. So where it says close all applications and click next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close our browser. You'll come up to the top right and you'll click this X. It should turn red once you hover over it. And then anything else you have open, you can go ahead and close at this time. You don't really need to close the folder, but just to be thorough, we'll go ahead and do that. And then we have 4 identified threats and 7 potentially unwanted items. So we'll go ahead and click next, and it'll say preparing malicious software removal. It's creating a restore point. Now, this may take a little bit of time. Usually to remove malware from the system, it does take a bit. But in this case, it says it's already been done. Now, if your screen flashes black or anything like that, don't be alarmed. It's just the program doing what it needs to do. This has nothing to do with the malware itself. So it says that it's been quarantined. We'll go ahead and click next, and it says threats detected 11. This is because it had those 4 malicious programs and 7 potentially unwanted programs. File object scan, total object scan, you can ignore all of that. That doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead and close this. And now we have 2 more to run. But just because I want to know for sure, we're going to reopen System Informer. Again, you won't do this on your own, but I want to see if there's anything still malicious on the computer. So we'll come all the way down to the bottom. And as of right now, we don't see anything. So it looks like the malware has, or the antivirus has done its job. But there's really no way to know for sure until we run everything. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and open a new folder instance. So where we close the last one, we're going to open it again. So click on the folder icon, go to downloads. And this time we're going to run the MCSoft emergency kit. So double click on that. Wait for it to open. It may ask for this user account control thing. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? You'll click yes. MCSoft license and maintenance agreement. You can just ignore this. Go ahead and click install. And it'll show everything that it's doing. If you're not tech savvy and you see that it's installing things that say like e-malware, just ignore it. All that it has to do is it's adding these, the best way to word it is these signatures for the antivirus software. So that if it has these signatures and you have malware on your computer, it will use the signatures to find the malware and say, hey, this is something that really shouldn't be here, and we know how to remove it, and here's what we'll do. You can go ahead and click accept on the end-user license agreement, and you're going to click malware scan. You're not going to click quick scan. You're just going to click malware scan. It'll be the second option in that first box. And if we come over here, we can see that it's scanning the memory. It has 3 parts. And scanning traces. And then it's doing the actual scanning of files. This will take a little bit longer, but as you can see, it's going through it pretty quick. However, we do seem to have other things on the system that weren't detected by Sophos. So we've got one here. It says gosys.b. Looks like we do actually still have malware that's resident on the system. And if you're wondering why it's finding malware when there was nothing in System Informer, this is because this malware that it's detecting most likely is not currently running. This may have been the case of an info stealer, and I'll try to keep it brief. But info stealers are basically Trojans that run once and they're done. They go through your system and they basically say, hey, this is something juicy. I'm going to send this information from the infected computer to the computer of the person who wrote or purchased this malware so that they can use it when they're ready. And then once it's gone through your computer, it's done. It'll never run again unless you intentionally run it yourself. So even though it may not have been running, it's still on the system. Did your current virus protection let you down? We'll just click close. And we can see here suspicious files have been detected during the scan. So you can ignore the scanned amount, but you want to come over here to detected. And you have three options here. You have view report, quarantine selected, or delete selected. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and click the blue button here that says quarantine selected. And immediately it says both files were cleaned. So fair enough. You can view the report if you want to. There's really no point in us doing that. So we're going to go ahead and click close. And then we'll come up here and click this X on MCSoft Emergency Kit to close that as well. And we'll click close on this as well. We'll go ahead and close System Informer. Again, you won't be doing that. And you'll go back to your folder. If you don't have it open, just go ahead and come down here to the folder icon. Should have a blue line at the bottom since your downloads folder is still open on the computer. And the last thing you're going to do is come up to this one that says npe.exe. That's Norton Power Eraser. Go ahead and double click on that. It'll ask for user account control again. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? You click yes. Norton LifeLock Software Tool Usage Agreement. Ignore all that. Just click the yellow button that says agree. And now you've got this box here. It's got a bunch of things on it. Don't freak out. You're just going to click the yellow box that says run now. An internal error has occurred while scanning. A report about the operation is available to send Norton LifeLock. Click no. Okay. We may not be able to use this. That's fine. We'll click yes. Click run now. It just says an internal error has occurred while scanning. If this happens, don't worry about it because this isn't our last solution anyway. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. And we'll click no, and it'll close on its own. That may happen. If it doesn't happen, just let it run, and you may get something that says malicious software was found on your system, and you'll see a button that says quarantine or delete. You'll click that, and then once it says it's done, you'll click the close button in the top right. But once you've run with Sophos and MCSoft, usually these are going to find 99.9% of all threats that would be on your system. Norton Power Eraser is probably not going to do much more. It's just, one of the options that you have. So at this point, you've most likely gotten rid of everything on your system that's malicious. We're going to come over and check one more time just to make sure nothing opened while we were doing that. And it seems that we're still good. We'll go ahead and restart the computer as well. So you'll come down here to the bottom left, and you'll do this with me as well. So right click on where it says start and has this little Windows icon. You're going to come over to the bar that says shut down or sign out. And then you're going to click the button that says restart. You're not going to click the button that says update and restart if it's there. There's no need in doing that right now. If you only see update and restart, that's fine. You can do that. Just go ahead and pause this video if you're watching it on mobile. Or if you're not watching it on mobile and you're watching it on your computer, then that's fine. You can pause the video and come back once your computer has restarted. So now that our computer has restarted, I'm just going to check really quick and see if there's anything malicious still running on the system. At this point, there should be nothing remaining. So you probably are not going to know what any of this means, but this is all fine to have on your computer. These are all legitimate processes that either come with the computer or have been installed by me. None of this is malicious, so we're good now. However, this is not where we're going to stop. So now that you've run these what are called power erasers and emergency kits, it's time to consider whether the AV that you're using is right for you. If you're using Windows Defender and you don't want to worry about dealing with another antivirus product and you really don't want to worry about paying for one, then honestly, most of the time Windows Defender is going to be fine. Here's the thing. no AV product is going to detect everything. There are some AV products that are better and more efficient than Windows Defender. But in this day and age, Windows Defender is really good at what it does. It's not the best, but it's pretty close. Now, if you want pure efficiency, then I have two options that are completely free. If you are inside of the United States, we're going to look at a program called Bitdefender. If you're outside of the United States, then we would look at a program called Kaspersky. In this case, I am in the United States, and Bitdefender works worldwide. So we're going to be covering that in this video. If you want to use Kaspersky and you're out of the United States, I'm sure there are other videos on the internet that will help you download that and set it up. Both of these products are completely free. They have paid versions, so I'm going to show you how to get to the free versions in this video. But now that we've run these power erasers, it's time for you to decide, is your AV product working for you? If it's Windows, you have to decide whether you want to install something new and deal with the hassle of that, or if you just want to have something that works in the background that you don't have to worry about. If you don't want to worry about it, Windows Defender will work. If you want something new and you don't have Windows Defender, then what antivirus product are you using? Do you know? If you do, are you using WebRoot or some other programs like Norton Antivirus, McAfee, Baidu, BCAF Pro, or anything else? If you're looking for a new AV product, I would go with Bitdefender and Kaspersky. There are other paid options, which we'll cover as well. If you're looking to install something new, what we're going to do now is we're going to open our internet browser of choice. Again, you may have Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. We're using Mozilla Firefox in this instance. We're going to take a look at Bitdefender. So now we're just going to type in Bitdefender, one word, in our search bar. And we're going to see Bitdefender, global leader in cybersecurity software. This may not be the first result. If you see something that says sponsored and it says something else, ignore it. We're just going to come down here and click this exact search result. So you'll click on that. And you're going to see this menu over here. So it'll say something like Bitdefender is a global leader in cybersecurity. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care. Look for something that says for consumer. All-in-one protection for you and your family's digital journey across all devices and online experiences. So we'll click See Solutions. And over here, we have a bunch of paid results, but there should be a free option. In this case, we're not seeing that, so we're going to do something else. Come up to your search bar up here where we were before. Click on that, and we're just going to type Bitdefender free. Now make sure that you click the right one. Usually when you type anything free, there are things that will jump out at you and maybe at the top of the results. What you're looking for is you're looking for the one that says Bitdefender free antivirus for Windows, download software. So you'll click on that, and you'll get this one that says Bitdefender antivirus free for Windows. So we'll click free download for Windows. And you'll see something that may see time to claim your welcome gift, 50% off our best protection. Just ignore that. So you'll click minimize on this browser. If you don't know what that looks like, it'll be this little dash here. It'll turn gray once you hover over it. You'll come down to this folder icon again. Click that. Go over to the downloads icon. And you'll come over to the icon that says bitdefender_avfree.exe. It should be at the top of your results. If you're not seeing it at the top of your results, come over to where it says date modified and click on that until this little icon, the little arrow, is pointing downwards. This will have your most recently downloaded programs and then going down in chronological order. So we'll double click bitdefender_avfree.exe. You'll get this user account control, installation file. Go ahead and click yes. So we'll minimize this folder, and eventually it should show something to do with Bitdefender. Any second now. Wonders of technology. Where the heck did it go? Is it running? There it is. Okay. So now we have this little thing here that says downloading Bitdefender security. Now, in my case, I have very fast internet and I have a very fast computer. The vast majority of you watching this video probably are not going to have the same results that I do. For me, this is downloading relatively quickly. For you, this may take a long time. I know a lot of people that have told me this takes anywhere between a minute to an hour. But it's worth it. Again, who doesn't like free stuff, right? So it should go ahead and close, and then once it closes, it should open a new window on its own. As you can see, this little blue circle thing next to the mouse means it's loading something. You'll get this window that says Bitdefender Security. I read and accepted the subscription agreement. You want to click this checkbox here. And you want to come down here to where it says Product Reports. Now you'll click this box and make sure that there is no checkbox. Then you'll want to come over to the blue word that says Install and click on that. And you'll get this cool little window here. Again, for me, it would probably take no time at all. For you, it may take a little while. So this may be the time where you want to pause the video, get up, make yourself some coffee, maybe some food, go check on something. But once you get done with that, this should be done. If it's not, you can either sit here and wait, or you can find something that takes a little more time. Either way, it's not going to take an abhorrently long amount of time. So you'll be fine. If you get this thing that says Virus and Threat Protection, just ignore it. Click this little white X here. And then you get something that says Securing Your Browsing. To ensure full protection, Bitdefender needs to close applications such as Firefox, Thunderbird, and Opera. Plus OK to continue. So this is because we have our browser open. You may not see this, but if you're using a browser like Firefox or Opera, or you're using the mail client Thunderbird, then that's fine. All you have to do is click OK, and it'll close it for you. As you can see, the blue bar down here disappeared, so it is gone. And now after that, you should see something down here that says Finalizing Installation. So we'll wait a little bit longer for that. Shouldn't be but a few more minutes now. Move this around if you want to. A little bit more, and there you go. Bitdefender is now installed. We recommend you to start an analysis of your system's critical areas to determine its current security state. If you have no idea what that means, just click Start Device Assessment. And then you get this thing that says Analyzing Your Device. An initial security assessment is being performed. After the analysis is complete, we will recommend different actions if necessary. So now we'll go ahead and minimize this. Now it's time to talk paid options. Now that depends what you want to use. If you want a paid AV product, say you're working for a business or an enterprise, then you may want a paid product. If you're a home user, I would say that you're never going to have to pay for antivirus 2025 and onwards. In the current state of the internet, free antivirus products are going to work completely fine. Again, Kaspersky if you're not in the United States, and Bitdefender whether you are or you're not. I really like Bitdefender, so I'm a little biased. But if you want to pay for an antivirus program, whether that makes you feel more secure, or you work for a business, because if you do, I recommend a paid product. There are two that I'm going to recommend to you. And neither one of them is going to be Kaspersky or Bitdefender. So one of them we've already seen on the channel for this video. We installed the Sophos Scan and Clean, or as I call the Sophos Power Eraser. So while it's doing this scan, and it may be done by now, but even if it's not, we're going to come over here to Firefox, and we're going to click on this. We're going to open our browser. Again, maybe Edge or Google Chrome for you. Come up to the search bar, and we're going to type Sophos. Just one word, not Sophos Power Eraser, just Sophos. You'll hit enter. And you'll come down to where it says Sophos defeats cyber attacks with cybersecurity as a service. Now, if you see these green little check marks here, this is from Bitdefender's web protection. This is a neat little feature that I do recommend that you leave on, because the vast majority of the time, Bitdefender web protection will detect if something is suspicious or malicious. But either way, we'll click on this. And it's going to open this, and then we're going to go to where it says products and services. You'll click on that, and we're going to look for something that says PC antivirus download. So you'll come down to this blue area that says Sophos Home Premium, and then you'll click PC antivirus download. So we'll do that. And you'll see something, it might say 30-day money-back guarantee, but you'll see something that says Sophos Home Premium. Now you have options. So the one that recommends is a 1-year subscription. Save 25%. But you also have the option of a 2-year subscription or a 3-year subscription. If you're just looking to try out a paid antivirus though, you do have this neat little button down here that says add free trial. So you'll click on that and it'll say you're almost done. If your download does not automatically start, please click here. So we've got the installer ready, but I'm not going to run it right now. We're going to go ahead and minimize our browser. And we're going to take a look at Bitdefender again. It says your device is safe. After we've run all of these power erasers and emergency kits, if it said that your computer had anything malicious on it, I would fall out on the floor. I would be absolutely surprised. But if it did, then you have options. Now it's going to ask you to create a Bitdefender account to start using everything included in your security product. So yes, it will ask you to create an account. We'll go ahead and click on that. And in this case, create your account. We'll say, my full name is Bob Dillinger. I got that name from somewhere. I don't remember where, but it's in my brain. Email address. You can put your real email address. I'm going to put a temporary one, which I already know in the back of my brain. So we're going to do my email address. Go ahead and put your home email address. I'm going to put Spectre on Debian at tutamil.com. Again, don't put this, but if you did, it's temporary, so it doesn't really matter. And then put in a password that you're going to remember for the computer or for the device. It's going to give you some tips as well if your password's not strong enough. It'll say it needs to include lower and uppercase characters, which are letters, so capital U and a lowercase u. Contains at least one number or symbol, so a number, or the symbols, exclamation point, at symbol, number symbol. You get the point. And it has to be at least 9 characters long. So make sure that your password includes these 2 steps and has at least 9 letters and numbers and symbols. So I'll go ahead and do that again. You want to click where it says I agree with the terms of use and privacy policy. Click this checkbox and click create account. And it is going to open upgrade to the next security level. It'll say Bitdefender antivirus free or Bitdefender total security. Ignore all of this stuff. It doesn't matter. For the average everyday home user, Bitdefender antivirus free is all you're going to need. And if you work for a business or enterprise or want something next level, you're not going to want to use Bitdefender anyway. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just there's better options out there. So instead of clicking Start Free Trial, we're going to click this white box that says Continue. Ransomware remediation recommendation, you'll click Not Now. And then you'll click this blue box here that says Finish. Configuring Bitdefender antivirus free. We're going to let it do that. And it shouldn't take too long. And if you get something that says turn on virus protection, ignore it. It's probably just disabled itself to configure this program, and it will re-enable itself once it's done. Click this white X, and as you can see, it's already at 92%. And now it says product is successfully configured. It may open one more thing, but at this point, you can click skip tour over here, and then you can close the program. And you're good to go. It's already scanned the system, so there's no point in scanning it again. Now, in this case, I'm going to uninstall Bitdefender. I don't expect you to at this point, so I'm not even going to explain how, well, I will explain how to do it. If you want to uninstall Bitdefender and try something else, come down here to the start, bottom left, right click on it, and we're going to click search. And then you're going to type control panel. You'll see this one with a little, well, control panel icon. And you click control panel. You're going to come down here to the bottom left of these menus where it says uninstall a program. You'll click on that. And then you're going to come down to Bitdefender Antivirus Free. You're going to uninstall that. Uninstall or change an application, click yes. Please choose an operation. I want to reinstall Bitdefender or I want to uninstall Bitdefender. So you can do the feedback survey if you want. If you have any advice you want to give them or any criticism, then by all means, leave this checked. In this case, we're going to uncheck it. So we'll click that to remove the checkbox, and we'll click this blue button that says remove. It'll now say Bitdefender is being permanently uninstalled from your device. Please wait. And you may be waiting a little bit because it's now going through and completely deleting everything that it ever added. So it may take a minute. It may take a few minutes. It may take even longer. But in this case, we're going to let it go through thoroughly and delete this. And you'll get this one that says uninstall Bitdefender root certificate. You must close applications such as Firefox, Thunderbird, and Opera in order to install the Bitdefender root certificate. Ignore it. Doesn't mean anything, but if you're seeing the same thing that I am, just click OK. It'll close your browser of choice. In this case, it's Firefox. And it's now 50% done. You'll see the icon disappeared. That's because it's removing every trace that it ever left on your computer. So if that looks suspicious to you, then that's fine. And you'll get this box that says Bitdefender has been removed. So we'll go ahead and click Restart Device. You'll want to restart it to get rid of all traces of everything that Bitdefender has ever had to do with your system. In this case, it looks like it's actually forcing my computer to update. So if it shows anything to do with an update and it takes longer than 10 seconds, then I will pause the recording. But it looks like it's done, so I don't have to pause. Got lucky. But now Bitdefender is completely gone. Now we're going to try that free trial of Sophos Premium. So we'll come down here to this folder icon. We'll click File Explorer. We'll go to Downloads. We'll go to this icon that says sophosinstall.exe. Again, you're going to have two Sophos icons on in your Downloads folder, most likely. The Scan and Clean, which was the power eraser we ran first, it's darker blue. And then sophosinstall.exe, which is lighter blue. The one that's lighter blue and says Sophos Install is the one you want to open. So you'll double click on that. Again, you'll get user account control and you'll click yes. We'll minimize this folder and you'll get something that says Install Sophos Home. Protect your PC from the latest threats. You'll click Let's Start, Terms and Conditions, and you'll click Install. Existing user or new user. It will have you to input some user information, but for now we're just going to click the blue button that says Install. Installation in progress. This may take a few minutes. Please do not shut down or restart your computer during the installation. While it's doing this, we're going to talk about one more premium solution. And I would say that this one and Sophos are about equally as good. So we'll minimize that. We're going to open our browser again. And we're going to, in this case, open Firefox. Again, you may have Edge or Chrome. We'll wait for it to open. And we've also seen this one during the video as well, the MCSoft Emergency Kit. But in this case, we're just going to go to MCSoft's main website. So we're going to go to the search bar, and we're going to type EMSISOFT. You want to come down to this one where it says MCSoft and has some information here. But as long as it just says MCSoft, has this blue shield, you're good to go. So we'll click on that. Better cybersecurity for small and mid-sized businesses. So you'll have this yellow button that says try for free. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click that. It'll take us to an area that says my MCSoft/signup. And it will ask you to sign up to download it. So in this case, go ahead and use the information if you want to try this out. If not, you can watch this and follow along. It is what it is. We're going to do Bob Dillinger. We're going to use our temporary password. If you want to test it out, I'd recommend either using a temporary password you're going to remember the information to, or just use your main email account. So we'll click this checkbox here. It says MCSoft services require the collection and processing of certain personal data. If you don't like that, then you don't want to use this. But go ahead and click the little box here until the checkbox pops up. And then click this blue button that says sign up. It'll say it sent you a confirmation link. So at this point, if you want to follow along with this, you can go ahead and go to your email. So in this case, I'm actually going to open my temporary email on my host machine. So we'll do this really quick. And as you can see, it's asking us to now create an account with Sophos Home Premium Trial. Let me go ahead and pull up my email really quick. Shouldn't take very long. Invalid credentials. Oh yeah, that would be. Okay. We will close that. Or we'll log in, I mean. And we've got a email. Now, if you've got your email pulled up, it should say something along the lines of verify your MCSoft account. We sent you this email to verify that you're the true owner of the email address provided on the account sign-up form. Please click within 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. So you'll click verify account in that case. And then it should say thanks for confirming your email address. So we'll click login now. And then we're going to put in that information we provided before. The email address and the password that you gave it. We'll click login. And then it'll say please enter the 6-digit security code that we just sent to your email address. Annoying, but this is what it does. So go back to your email, get that security code that it gave you, and then type it in. So in this case, it's 652277. We'll click verify. And then I'll have to make sure that this video comes out, I don't know, an hour later than when it was produced so that nobody else can use it. If it says name your workspace, just click OK. How many devices to protect? Click OK. Select protection. We're going to click the one that says MCSoft Anti-Malware Home. And then you're going to come up to where it says Security Management. We're going to click Local Only. And then we'll click OK. Workspace successfully created. And then you're going to get this box that says download and install protection. So you'll click download. And then as you can see, now it's finally downloading the program. So you may be wondering, what the heck is all this? What do I do with it? Very good question. Simple answer. Nothing. So we'll go back to Sophos, and now it's asking us to create an account here. In this case, I'm going to use the exact same email that we used before, and we'll come back to MCSoft later. And you'll click Create Account. Your verification code. Here we go again. You'll get an email that says Sophos Home Confirmation Email. Complete your Sophos Home account setup using the verification code. It'll be 6 digits. So you'll type that in here. You'll click this blue button that says Verify Email. It'll load, take a few seconds, and then it should go past this part. But it shouldn't take too long. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my recording software again. It is taking its sweet time, and it's thinking. And then you've got this box that says you are protected. If you see scan your PC, we recommend you scan and clean your computer. Go ahead and click scan. Now, I'm not going to let this finish because we've already run the Sophos Power Eraser. There's really no point in running this right now. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to cancel it. However, if you want to run the scan, then you can go ahead and click this blue button here that says scan. Anything else? Just click next. Or if you want to skip everything, click this gray circle up here with the white X. Sorry about the cough, I'm still sick. So, what I like about Sophos is it's extremely simple. If you want to add a device, you'll click Add Device, and it'll ask for your password, and then you can follow the steps there. This video is not to show off all of these programs in their entirety. I'm just letting you know that they exist. So now we've got Sophos Home Premium Trial. A lot easier than MCSoft. This is a lot easier, and honestly, it really does the same amount of protection as MCSoft does. I would recommend Sophos. However, I'd say they're both equally as good in terms of finding malware. So if you like a challenge, or you have some extra time on your hands, then we'll go with MCSoft. So now to get rid of Sophos, we're going to do what we did last time. We're going to come over here to search. We're going to type control panel. We're going to go to uninstall a program. And then we're going to go down here to where it says Sophos Home and click uninstall. We'll click yes. Warning, uninstaller will completely remove Sophos Home, and we'll click uninstall. It'll say unregistering device and a couple other things, but all that's important is that when this green box is full, Sophos will be removed from the system. Now, if you like Sophos, it looks good to you, obviously don't go and uninstall it right now. We're only doing this because I want to show off MCSoft in this video as well. And obviously, other than this, we have things to talk about that are not just antivirus. That is going to be what to do now that you think malware may have your information. But we'll get to that once we've fully covered MCSoft. So now it's uninstalling the component Sophos Hitman Pro Alert. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Just wait until it's done. And then once the screen bar is completely full, you should be able to click this close button. It's probably going to be like bright white with a black border, but this may take a couple seconds. So I may actually put a pause in here, but what I'm going to do now is now that Sophos Home is finished, or not finished, but now that it's uninstalling, we're going to go to our downloads folder yet again, and we're going to see this icon that says MCSoft Anti-Malware Web Setup. We're going to double click that. You'll get your user account control again. We'll click yes. And you'll get this box that says downloading protection. It's quite fast. It usually doesn't take very long. We'll move this over here. And it looks like Sophos Home is almost completely done uninstalling. We've got Sophos Endpoint Defense. Fancy. And it seems like this was finished uninstalling as quick as this was finished installing. It'll say uninstallation completed successfully. A reboot is required. Now, at this point, if you're uninstalling it, this is where you restart the system. For right now, we're not going to restart it. We're just going to click that checkbox off, and we're going to click close. You may get something over here that says recommended reading. We're just going to click don't show again. And now it'll say protection. You have web protection, file guard, behavior blocker, and anti-ransomware. We don't care. So you'll also see your name and probably WS for workstation if you didn't change the name on the browser, and trial. So if you click details here, it will show you how long that your trial is going to last. We go to home and click scan and clean. We're going to come down here to malware scan. And this is going to be the same thing that the MCSoft emergency kit did. So at this point, where is the cancel button? I am looking for a cancel button. You'll see a button here that says stop. We're going to stop this because we've already scanned the device. It's clean. We'll click close. And then we'll come up here to the X. And now we're going to go back to our control panel. Should still be open at this point. It'll say programs and features and have that control panel icon. Go up or down to where it says MCSoft. And at this point, I'm not really seeing it. Why am I not seeing anything to do with MCSoft? That's odd. Maybe... Don't go rooting around like I am, but I'm just trying to find it. Maybe if I go to settings, updates, no, maybe advanced. How in the heck do you remove this from the system? Go to my MCSoft. Wow. So another thing that I don't really like, they don't make this easy to remove. It should be just as easy as going to your control panel, clicking it, clicking uninstall, and then being done with it. But that does not seem to be the case with MCSoft. Permissions, remote management. Yeah, it's really not that easy. So here's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to Google it. How to uninstall MCSoft. And I'm not going to skip this just in case you want to follow along and watch me goof around. Let's pull up MCSoft's website. If you get another box like this, you'll click Don't Install. MCSoft anti-malware. Okay, uninstall. Installing and uninstalling. To uninstall MCSoft, normally use apps and features. It uninstalls like any other program. It should, but I don't see it. Maybe we do have to restart the computer. I'm going to go ahead and restart the computer really quick. Shouldn't take very long. This computer has like nothing on it, so it shouldn't take too long to restart. But it's really concerning that it wasn't showing up in apps and programs. And another reason that you'll see that I don't like recommending MCSoft nearly as much as Sophos is because we got 2 pop-up windows that were annoying and that we had to manually close. And now we're having a hard time removing it. So now that our computer is restarted, we're going to come down here to the Start button, right-click on it, go to Search, type Control Panel, click on that, go to Uninstall a Program. Here it is. I may have completely missed it before, but I don't think I did. And then we're going to click Uninstall. Yes. Are you sure you want to uninstall? Click Yes. It'll say Preparing to Remove. You'll click Yes on the User Account Control. Gathering required information. Removing MCSoft anti-malware from the computer. So you've got 2 boxes here. Where it says remove all logs, scan sets, and reports, just click on the words, it'll check it for you, and then go to join online survey, click that to turn it off, and you'll click OK. MCSoft anti-malware is being shut down now for uninstall. If this uninstall was executed in error or without your knowledge, please select cancel to abort. We're just going to click OK because we want to be rid of it. Now, while it's going through this, now you have to make the decision. Do you want a, huge air quotes, premium antivirus solution, or do you want to use something free? Again, if you're the average user, I'm telling you now, you're probably going to be okay with Windows Defender. If you don't want Windows Defender and you're the average user, Bitdefender and Kaspersky are completely fine. However, if you want to try a premium solution, there are the 30-day trials of Sophos and MCSoft that we've shown here. We didn't get too far into it. However, if you want to use those, and you want to pick one of those, any of them that we've mentioned here, there are videos on the internet that will show you both how to fully set them up and how to use them and their advanced features. Now we'll go ahead and close programs and features. So once you've decided the antivirus program that you want, now we have to discuss something else. So step number 3, your data. What are we going to do about your data? Unfortunately, it's a 90% chance that whatever malware ran on your computer has sent your information off to another person's server. You may be wondering, can I get this information back before they use it? And the answer is no. There's really nothing that you can do in this case. So now I want you to think long and hard about everything that you've logged into. Have you done banking on your computer? Have you used PayPal? Do you have Steam? Are you playing online games or logging into their services like Roblox? Maybe the online version of Steam. I don't know. What are some other ones? Activision, I think, has a launcher now. Anything to do with games, banking, anything that has a sign-in service at all, it's time to change your password. anything you've ever signed into on the computer, you have to change it. It's going to be tedious, and it's going to be boring. However, there is a solution that will help make this less tedious. And now, notice I didn't say it's going to make it absolutely easy, because it's not. However, you have to do this if you don't want your information to be stolen. It already has, but you can at least make what they've got obsolete. So now you're going to go to different websites. You're going to want to go to PayPal. And you're going to want to go to, I don't know, I don't use Bank of America, but again, sorry about the cough, I'm still sick. Maybe Bank of America. Maybe you'll want to go to Roblox and change your information there. But you're going to need new passwords. Now, if you're using the same password for everything, it's time for you to not do that. And you may be wondering, well, if I use passwords for everything, and I don't want to write them down, and you shouldn't be writing your passwords down anyway, and I'm not going to be able to remember them all, what do? I'm going to show you a tool that you can use for remembering your passwords. So we're going to type in our search bar bitwarden.com, one word, and it's going to take us directly to the page for Bitwarden. This is a password manager. Now, you may have heard of some of them before. I know a lot of people can be quite skeptical of them because some of these may have had breaches. However, all of your information on Bitwarden is stored in what's called not plain text. It's encrypted. If you don't know what that means, basically, if someone hacks into the website and gathers your information, they can't do anything with it anyway, because anything they pull off of the website during a, for a lack of better words, hack, they're not going to be able to use your information. To them, say your password is I love puppies 44, right? They pull your password off the website, and instead of your password being new tab please, instead of your password being I love puppies 44, they're going to see something like that. They're going to have no idea what your password is. So I would recommend using this because you should be using a different password for every single thing. And the main reason for this is because if one of the tools or websites or games or services you use is hacked, and say that they do have plain text passwords, and they do nothing to hide your passwords or usernames or emails from hackers, and you use the same password for everything, they'll just simply use your email and password for every website that you go on. So in this case, even if that service is breached or hacked, they'll just have the email and password for that one thing. Still not great, but at least they don't have your password for everything else. So you're going to click this button up here that says Get Started Free. It'll be in dark blue until you hover over it. You're going to create your free Bitwarden account. And I should go ahead and mention this now. You don't have any malware on this computer. If you've run Sophos and Norton Power Eraser and MCSoft and blah, 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 everything is gone. You have not been hit with some mystical, magical, mythical malware that exists in video games like Watch Dogs, right? If it's been out there for more than 5 minutes, it'll be detected and removed by something that you've run. So, if you're ultra paranoid, you can create your account on a mobile device or a different computer. In this case, I'm confident enough that the malware was removed that we don't have to worry about that. So you'll see this box that says create your free Bitwarden account. Generate, protect, and securely share unlimited passwords for free, no credit card required. So your email, you're going to put in your email. I don't know. What's a good email? Can I just put in a random one? Let's do my initials. LB loves puppies and cats at gmail.com. Preferred server location, if you're not in the European Union, click .com. If you are in the European Union, click .eu. And then you'll click the blue button that says sign up. And now it's asking me to check my email. Okay, so in this case, you want to use your correct email address. I don't want to use my real email address because my real email address already has a Bitwarden password manager thing set up for it. So I'm going to do something over here. I'm going to use a temporary email address just to show this off. This has nothing to do with the videos, so I'm not really going to explain it in this one, but I may explain it in a different one. So I'm going to start the process again. Let's do get started free, bitwarden.com. We'll put in that email address I got and click sign up. Please check your email. So now open your email address that you put in, and soon you should get an email and it will tell you to activate your Bitwarden account. In this case, oh, here we go. There we go. Verify your email address below to finish creating your account. If you did not request this email from Bitwarden, you can safely ignore it. You'll click Verify Email, and it will bring you to the Bitwarden Web Vault. So now you're going to put in your master password. This is probably the only password you're ever going to have to remember. So make it a good one. Now, you don't have to put, well, I'm going to show my password in this case, right? Not my real password, but you get the idea. I've seen people put really complex passwords with a bunch of symbols and everything that's really hard to remember the exact format of. So, say I want to put a complicated password. So I'll put a lowercase c, the @ symbol, an uppercase TS for cats, a dash, and we'll do the @ symbol, uppercase N, lowercase d, underscore, lowercase d, 0, G, Z capital, and then a bunch of numbers. You don't have to do that. Put something that you're going to be able to remember. I would say put 5 to 6 words and put dashes in between them. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's do this. Do capital I, like I, put a dash, love, put a dash, cats, put another dash, and dash, dogs, and I personally would add 2 numbers to the end of this. So put I love cats and dogs, 0, 0, right? And then you're going to copy and paste that. And master password hint, I think it's going to make you put 1. So we're just going to put no. Because just don't forget this password. Put something that's going to be easy enough for you to remember that you don't write it down. Because this is probably the only password that you're ever going to have to remember again. And then you could click check known data breaches for this password. We'll click create account. And it'll tell you if this password's been found on the internet. It looks like it hasn't. And then you've got there are no items to list. So when you're changing your passwords and your email addresses and things like that, you're going to click new item. And it looks complex, but here's what you're going to do. Where it says item name, type the website or the thing that you changed your account on or made a new account for. So in this case, we're going to say PayPal. Username. You don't have to put a username. You could put your email address here. The vast majority of the time, I do put my email address here. We're going to do, I don't know, my temporary email, spectrondebian@tudamail.com. And then password. Here is something really cool. Use the generator to create a strong, unique password. It's going to open this password generator. Now you can do passphrase or password, either one, because you're not ever going to have to remember this again. Here's what I recommend. Come down to where it says length and change this to 40. Either type in 40 or press and hold the arrow until you get to 40. And where it says include, check all of these. So A to Z, uppercase, A to Z lowercase, 0 to 9, and then the symbols. Minimum numbers, I would put 3, and minimum special, I would put 3. And then use this password. We're going to do that. And that's it. So you'll click save, and click off of that. And now if you need to get that password to either log in or put it in there for when you're changing the password, you'll come over to these 3 dots. You'll click on the 3 dots. You'll click copy password. You'll go to PayPal. You'll go to the space where it asks for the password. Imagine this as password. Right click, paste, and you're cooking with gas. And that's going to be it for changing your passwords. This is going to be tedious. The good news is, you only have to do it one time. So, be grateful for that. Now there's one more thing to discuss. A lot of people will tell you, and I've seen this both from people that have no idea what they're talking about, and have no experience in cybersecurity or even computers. And I've also seen people say that have been in cybersecurity as a career, as a job, for 25 years. They'll tell you, oh, you've been infected with malware. You need to completely reset your computer. You should count everything as lost. You should reset everything. Get a flash drive. Put a new copy of Windows on it. Delete your entire operating system. Delete everything from your hard drive. It's gone. It's lost. It's game over. You don't have to do that. That may get some flack, but think about it. It's 2025. The malware's already got your information. You've already removed it. What's the point of completely resetting your computer? And some people will argue, well, there's really no way of knowing that you've entirely got rid of the malware. It could have some registry keys and services and other words that you may not understand. I'm going to tell you now, that doesn't matter. If you've gotten rid of the malicious program, there's nothing else you have to worry about. Oh no, it may have malicious services and registry keys. Well, you know what? It's not going to do anything without the malicious program, which has already been removed. So there's really nothing that you have to worry about. So if you're coming to this video and you're like, well, why haven't you discussed resetting the computer? One, and well, I guess the main reason and only reason, you're getting rid of all of your information, all of your programs, all of your games for nothing. There's no point in doing it. It's pointless. Once you run antivirus, and again, this is the reason why you'll want to run several, but once you've done that, and you've decided the antivirus program you either want to get or stick with, you're good to go. Change your passwords, change your emails. In this case, I would honestly create a new email address and move all of your contacts to that one. That even seems a little extreme, but I would do it just in case you've signed into that email on the computer that's been infected, and then 999 out of 1,000 times that's going to be the case. I would create a new email address because of things like spam and advertising. Because that email could be sold off to advertising lists and you may start getting spam mail. Won't hurt you, but it'll be very annoying. So, in this case, the most radical thing you do is create a new email. And in that case, you choose whatever one you want to. Because none of the popular emails are malicious. I have my preference for which ones you should use. Most people that aren't extremely paranoid about privacy are going to use Google or Outlook or AOL or Yahoo or something like that. But make a new email address, transfer your contacts, change your passwords, and you're good to go. So at this point, you've done everything you need to do. This whole video was 1 hour and 3 minutes with no editing. However, all of this combined will probably take you 30 minutes. And then you're done. So, what did we learn today? If you think you got malware from a game cheat you installed, or pirated software, don't install game cheats. Don't install pirated software. Now, a lot of you are probably going to look at that and be like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Well, I gave you my 2 cents. But at least you have some protection for if this happens again. My name is Larry Bodenheimer. You guys have been amazing. If you have any suggestions for what you want to see in future videos, leave them in the comments. And if you're new, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a dislike if you didn't, and leave a comment if there's anything that you think is wrong with the video. And subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys in the next one.